I took a sack of gari this large, a few tubers of yam. I had taken some sweet potatoes. I had taken things like maggi. I had taken like some local spices. See, I had so many issues when I got to the airport, with issues with my tickets and then issues with the luggage. So I gave them my ticket and then they were like, my ticket was not confirmed. I wouldn't be able to travel. All the anger and frustration from getting the visa and all that, I unleashed it at everybody that was at the ticket counter. See, I was so mad that evening that everybody was going to collect. Don't stress me further than I am stressed. To think that that was even the last of my issues, that was just the beginning. So the thing is, the jacket I had prepared to travel with, my siblings didn't put it in the bag for me. So the what I had worn to travel with was too flimsy for the weather I was going into. I traveled in November, like middle of November, and that year the winter started a little earlier than usual. By that November, snow had started falling already. When we got to, I flew with Turkish Airlines. So when we got to Istanbul, they first of all, we when we came out, we landed in Istanbul, I think around 6 a.m. or thereabout. When I came out of the plane, the breeze that blew me, I was like, I adjusted. I continue because I'm a fighter. I fight. Yes. I fight situations, and I fight through situations. So I shook it off like a village girl that I am. Enter into the airport. My transit time was about 8 to 9 hours thereabout. So I had a lot of time to kill. Got some food. Did I even eat during the transit time? I don't think so. I don't remember, but I shall know that 8 hours passed almost like before I even knew it. My next flight, I now got on the next flight, the communicating flights to where I was going, my destination. So on getting to my destination, I landed in Kiev, and anyone that has been to Kiev know that Kiev cannot be quite cold. It's not even a joke. When I landed the airport, I didn't realize how cold it was. Got into this thing, got in the customs. I got cleared by customs and immigration. I got into the airport. So this person that was supposed to pick me came, picked me up, and then they were like, do I want to use the trains to my city, or do I want to fly? I said, if there is any flight, let me use it, because as I am like this, I am just too damn exhausted for any further stress. Because the train to where I was going to take about 12 hours, because it was a locomotive train, not the speed trains. It was going to take about 12 hours, and the flight was going to be for about 1.5 hours. But then it was going to cost me about $200 or thereabout. So I was like, see, let me just risk it. I know my money has already gotten I've been shortchanged from Nigeria, but let me just do this once and for all and get it done with. Let me get to where I'm going to and sleep very well, you get. So went and booked a ticket. We booked the ticket. Then I needed to change money. We went to where they were changing money, and some issues. The line was really long, and there were just so many issues there. I had to get a SIM card so that I'll be able to communicate with those I was going to meet where I was going to. So between getting the SIM card, changing money and all that, when I got back to the ticket counter, they told me that they just closed check-in and I couldn't check in. I thought my issues had finished in Nigeria, and I did not know my village people followed me to Ukraine, but it's okay. So at this point, I had no other choice but to get a refund. But most of you know that when you miss your flight, you never get a full refund. So I was able to get a portion of the money. I don't remember how much of it was given back to me, but I was able to get a portion of the money. So we went. The guys that came to pick me took me to the train station It was until I stepped out of the airport that I realized where I was. The breeze that blew me, it was not the kind that I shook off in Istanbul. No, 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 no. I was like, wall up, wall up, wall up. Driver, can you please turn on the heat a little bit? Just a little bit. The taxi ride to the train station wasn't that bad until we got to the train station. Hey! If any of you have been to the Kyiv train station, you would understand what I'm talking about. See, there are heaters, quite alright. But because of how spacious the place is, and like it has like the waiting area has like glass windows almost all around, so, and I didn't know about like all those waiting areas that you have to pay for and all that. And plus I needed to be in a place where I could easily like catch my train when it was time. Although the people that came to pick me were still with me until I got my train, and my train was leaving by 12 a.m. and I had landed Kyiv, I think around 7 p.m. 6:30, 7 p.m. thereabout. Whew. It was the waiting period between getting to the train station and when my train left for my destination that I realized that I had fucked up.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
My jacket was not holding it in anymore, and I was wearing jeans, and anyone that has been in the cold with jeans understands what it feels like, because jeans has a way of feeling like it's wet, it's getting wet or something when the weather is really cold. So I was shaking. There was one really nice old lady that I met, and then she got coffee for me, and I had taken it. It warmed me a little bit. She showed me where I would heat her so that I would go and stand close to it. And the thing with getting in cold weather is once the cold has started its work, it's really hard to warm up fast. I'm going to go and stand by the heaters. That just wasn't cutting it at all. It wasn't cutting it at all. If you see what I was wearing, let me show you a picture of what I was wearing. Let me check my Facebook. I probably would see what I was wearing. This is what I was wearing. This wasn't cutting it at all. So I had called my school agent, the one that was working the school things process for me, and then he was like, I should what am I wearing? And I explained what I was wearing to him. He was like, I should pad more clothes, so I should bring out as many jackets as I have in my bag and wear them on top of what I'm wearing or under what I'm wearing. I had brought them out, so that still didn't do the job. Hey, I was like, so it's cold that's going to kill me in this country like this. Luckily 12 a.m. came around. I was able to get on the train. Thankfully the trains were really warm, and then I eventually got to my destination. When I got to my destination, my school agent was laughing at me, was like, what on earth am I wearing? He that has stayed in this country for longer than I have will never attempt wearing what I'm wearing in this time of the year. And the thing is, that year was so cold. Temperatures as at when I arrived were as low as -15 in November. So you can only imagine what December, January, February felt like. But anyway, I got there, survived. So guys, that's been one hell of a recount. That's all that happened to me when I traveled abroad for the first time. The rest of my schooling experience over there is a story for another day. We're going to get into it hopefully real soon. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you get notified every time I post a new video. And please don't forget to share this video with your friends so that they can also get to hear interesting stories like these from me. I'm hoping that you find them interesting too. And okay, until I see you next time, bye.